And let's get this going. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's call. Wherever you may be around the world, we've got an amazing opportunity on our hands that has literally blessed so many lives in 2024, and we're going to be doing the same thing in 2025. And when I say we are going to be doing this, because right now we're talking about a new version of RideBNB. So we had version 1.0 in 2024. And I must say, for the last quarter of 2024, a lot of people did very well. Some people didn't know exactly how this was going to work out, like with anything brand new. And we got to learn a lot of new things and ways of going about this and how to accumulate I would say one of the most prized cryptocurrencies out there. All right. And so version 2.0 is going to be released some point next week, all being well. And we're going to talk about the enhancements that are there for every single one of us to benefit from, as we did in version 1.0. So if you've got any questions, post them in the chat. Do my best to cover what we can do in this short time of going through this information. So let me introduce RideBNB 2.0. As it says, it's an upgraded version of RideBNB. And this is a community reward system, my friends. It's built on the OPBNB chain. So again, there may be terminology for those of you who are brand new, especially in the world of cryptocurrency. But we're going to be talking about some of these things tonight that'll give you a better idea on how you could take advantage of this. And guys, we're talking about decentralized finance, DeFi. For me, one of the best ways for you to accumulate wealth in 2025 and beyond. And we're going to show you this with what we have with this ecosystem that rewards you by your level of participation. Okay. So there is a level of engagement here. And the more you engage, my friends, is the more you're going to, be rewarded. Even with a little bit of effort here, you can be rewarded quite handsomely just based on the efforts you do. I started the call today talking about habits, okay, from successful people. And, we are creatures of our habits. And we're either going to rise to our goals or we're going to fall to our habits. And so if you are looking for a better 2025 than you may have had last year, then there's different habits that you may need to bring into this year and excel in order for you to generate the income that you may be looking for. And so we're going to be talking about a smart contract, a way in which you can build an income from. And as we saw in 2024 with what we had with the first version, is that we've got a very robust smart contract, my friend. So this is a contract that is built on the blockchain. Okay, the blockchain is a big public ledger. And if you must have heard of Ethereum, Bitcoin, all of these different blockchains that are out there, you can write these contracts so that it's set in stone. And they wrote this contract, and this is a very robust contract. I've been around the crypto space since 2015. I've seen many smart contracts come and go, and more go than that I dare remember. And this one has been built, and it's being built with the end user in mind. Okay, so we're talking about a way in which the finance market and different supply chains can streamline their processes and build this through a decentralized manner. Okay, so there's challenges typically with contracts, and so when they're written, they're written so that there's no backhanded methods that go on. People going in and try and do something or exploit a back end or so that they can benefit financially from it. We have a contract that's been written that has been really robust. And so this is the reason why we've got a new one that has now come to market. Okay. So this is what I love. The smart contract was that good that nobody could mess with it. And so now we have another one that's being put in its place with enhancements that you're going to hear about. So this BNB blockchain includes, the biggest, company on the planet. And when you're talking about crypto, you're talking about Binance. The Binance chain is by far one of the most important in this space that we're in. So we're talking about fast, decentralized. Then you went from that to the Binance Smart Chain, where you have these DeFi opportunities. You've got these what we call Web 3.0 opportunities. And you had the BNB token. I don't know if any of you guys were around when that involved in crypto. I know you was around, but then was you involved in crypto to take advantage of the BNB token when it first launched, when it first came to market. And if you missed that, you don't miss out on RideBNB, because this is going to be your opportunity to benefit from the way of accumulating this token. Okay. And we're doing it in, like I said, in a DeFi way, in a decentralized manner, so that you can benefit and have all the benefits of a decentralized environment. So again, for those of you who are brand new, we're going to talk about the power of DeFi and decentralized apps, because we're going to put the power in your hands, my friends. What you do with it is totally up to you. These weeks, months, years are going to come. Hopefully all of us will benefit from the next few years that are going to come, and all of the money that's going to be poured into cryptocurrency. But it's like with anything, some people be like, what the heck happened? And some be like, thank God that happened, and those are still people still wondering, is cryptocurrency a fad? Is it going to pass away and, we're going to go back to, some other different methods? No, it's here to stay, my friend. So depending on how you position yourself is how you can benefit financially from, I believe, the greatest shift in wealth that we're going to see in our lifetime. So let's go into it. Why BNB? Well, BNB by far is one of those tokens that, out of the thousands of tokens that are listed on exchanges, on different platforms, you can go to CoinMarketCap, do your own research, and look at the top 5, top 10 cryptocurrencies. And BNB, if you go back 1 year after the other, you'll see BNB has always been in and amongst that, because it's a token you want to get your hands on. Okay, it's got value, it's got intrinsic value. It's a token that people are utilizing and people are benefiting from. And that's the reason why the value of it is going up. It's not a here today, gone tomorrow kind of deal. I love crypto, I love meme coins, I like all of these novelty stuff, but you can't build your financial future on some of these assets that are out there. On BNB, we're talking a different ball game, my friends. We're talking about over $81 billion. And this is just, these aren't current figures, right? $81 billion and growing. Anything in this amount, you're talking serious amount of money. Still a potential of doing over $1,000. And we're just, we're not even close. Like, this could easily double, triple just for you holding the token, let alone what I'm going to show you in this program. Okay. So when you're talking about the top assets in cryptocurrency, by far, my friends, you want to get your hands as much on this BNB as you possibly can. We know a lot of talk about the granddaddy Bitcoin, what kicked it all off in 2008 and continues to dominate the markets, the charts, and where people look to as a barometer of how the market's performing. You're going to see BNB in the mix of that as one, like I said, one of the top assets that you want to get your hands on. So let's look at this real quick. They said they price prediction could have reached the 856 in 2024. Didn't quite reach there. It reached around 750. I don't know if they reached any higher than 750, but that's pretty decent number. So they said if you missed Bitcoin, if you missed Ethereum, then don't miss BNB. Prediction of the coin in 2026, it could be up to 3,820. And if it did that, I'm sure those of you who are holding BNB right now, I'm just going to check the price right now, is $686. So if that did hit that, and a minimum of 3,300 in just this year alone, you've just, quadrupled your asset, the amount of money you've got in your disposals just by you holding the asset, right? And we're going to show you through this platform how you can maximize this and collect over 5,000 BNB. So those of you who are into maths and want to know your numbers, just work with those numbers and see what that can give you in terms of an income, and what income could be applicable to you. By 2030, they're talking about it could surge to over 10,000. Now, we know Bitcoin's phenomenal. We know that, if you've ever held Bitcoin from when its inception, well, I shake your hands. I'm probably not sure what you're doing on here. If you still held Bitcoin from way back when. I got into it in 2015 when it was $500, and that's been an asset that I've benefited from utilizing it. Now, Do I have the amount of Bitcoin I would love today? No, absolutely not. I want more, and I want more of BNB. Okay. And again, same kind of thing. We're looking about if Bitcoin is going to double or triple, the likelihood of it doing it in one calendar year is quite slim, but it's possible that it can double in 2026. The likelihood of this quadrupling is definitely a strong possibility with the amount of money that's pouring in to this crypto space that we're in right now. The real money, the Wall Street money hasn't even started to tap in, but it's getting ready. And things that you've seen as of the end of last year, it's propelling us into this direction, what we call a bull market. And every 4 years, we have what we call this halving. And after the halving happens, then the markets respond. Every 4 years, we have this cycle, and it's no different. And this is why 2025 is positioned because of the halving that took place. And if you ever looked at what happened beforehand, gives you an idea of what's about to come. But what's about to come, my friends, is so much more different than what happened in the last 4 years. It's not even going to be close. So we're talking about this BNB token and the OPBNB network. That is the network that this coin sits on. So you have many different networks in cryptocurrency, and OPBNB is one of them that allows us to use BNB and utilize this program in a way in which we can make money from. So the chain was built to enhance its scalability for BNB, off-chain transaction processing. So it's a core integration of BNB as a chain itself, and the costs are so inexpensive, which is probably one of the biggest things I love when I'm sending money back and forth. Is one of the lowest in the industry to send money, and the speed, of course, is great. And all of these are, supported by what we call our dApps to allow that, and it's a decentralized environment. So we're going to talk about the decentralized apps that you're going to utilize in order for you to benefit from what I'm talking about here. So we have Web3 wallets, okay? So just before I even go into this, the whole space that we're talking about, this decentralized space, the Web3 space, this is where you become the banker, my friends. If you ever want, those bankers that whether they win you money or lose you money, they still get paid fat bonuses. Whether they helped, crash the markets or not, they're still going to get rewarded for the most part, right? And so what you were doing here, rather than getting a pittance at the end of the year, we put our money in a bank, and the banks do whatever they do. They take your money, they trade your money, they make millions upon your money that you think you have there, but it's not there. We're going to show you how you can flip the script and now put this in your hands. And this wasn't optional many years ago, until things like this DeFi space came into space. Now you become the banker where you can start receiving as if you were the bank, and you choose how much you want to be rewarded. RideBNB is definitely going to be a way in which you can start banking banker type money, and even more so. Okay, so these are the different apps: Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, MetaMask. These are different wallets that you can utilize and access this, what we call this Web 3.0 properties and this RideBNB opportunity. But we recommend SafePal. SafePal is a great app, and it has really great features. And I think in terms of its usability, user friendliness, is probably the best out there. Okay, and it's got other features as well that I'm going to go into tonight, but it makes my life, in fact, all of my wallets, I've actually just imported them into SafePal, because it just makes managing all of these assets so much more easier. So SafePal is what we recommend. You download it, and then you've got different assets to this. You've got there's a hardware wallet side to it as well. There's a software wallet. Obviously, the app, you can go to your Play Store, App Store, download it. But the security element, this is where you become the banker. So just like a vault, you have the 12 seed words that you're given when you get this phone and you download the app. Okay, that is something that you're going to keep in a secure place. You're not going to share that. You're not going to post it. Of course, this is your private key, so that if you ever forget your password, or your phone gets broken, or anything was to happen, you still have a way of getting into your account. It's not reliant on your phone. It's actually on the blockchain already. You just need the combination to be able to access what's already there. So it's, you can see it. And the frustrating thing is to see it and not be able to get it. Okay. So the app SafePal allows you to get it. That's all it does. And it integrates with the Binance DEX, Uniswap, PancakeSwap, all of these different platforms, it allows you to connect to them. So you get started very simple. Download the Web3 wallet, which is, we're going to recommend SafePal. You're going to top it up with BNB, okay, which is not bed and breakfast. We're going to talk about obviously the token that you're going to upgrade your account with, and then register with the person who's referred you to check out this platform. And step 4 would be ride with the required BNB to the top of the plan. I'm going to show you in a few minutes. So joining amount is 0.0044 BNB. So it's only, literally about $3 to get started. So that really makes it almost risk-free. I mean, like $3. Come on, you can't even buy a coffee or something for $3. All right. So we're talking about a very inexpensive way for you to build a business. Now, when I first saw this, when I first heard about this, I totally poo-pooed the idea. I'm like, come on, I don't even want to waste my time. You're trying to tell me I can join a program for $3 and I can make thousands of dollars, even over $1 million. Get out of here. Keep walking. And then it came back to my attention about a month later, and I started to hear some of the figures people were actually making that made me actually set up and take note. So it's very risk-free, and everything that I love to see in a program, they've actually gone and done here. So we'll talk about some of the benefits. First benefit, my friends, is that obviously the first benefit is that it's very inexpensive. That makes it open to every single person on the planet that can, download an app to their phone. They can actually get involved in this opportunity. Okay. So it's very inexpensive to get started. And sometimes that can be a blessing and a curse because, you think, oh, $3, I'll just forget about it if I'm, if it's only $3. But if you treat it properly, it will reward you properly. So treat it like a business. Direct income is one of the things I love here. It's one person that decides to join through your referral link, you're whole. You've made all of your money back. Your $3, let's say. Now we have strategies where we show and encourage people to come in at different levels, higher levels, so that you position yourself. But that's the front door. Everybody comes through that front door at the beginner level, and then they upgrade themselves and move through level by level. And we'll talk about those levels and what that looks like in a minute. So the income is paid directly through you on the platform. So another massive benefit is that the money doesn't sit inside of RideBNB whatsoever. It actually goes straight to your wallet, which is so important, which is what we've discovered. The benefit of that, again, the smart contract that was written, it's been written, it's set in stone. If there was a challenge with any normal program and the money goes into a centralized spot, then that company can do whatever they want with that money, run off with the money, block you out of your account. The difference here is once you start receiving that 0.4, guys, that goes directly to your wallet. It's sitting there. There's nothing for you to withdraw. Unlike most other programs where you hit the withdraw button and pray to God, it actually comes out of that program. Here, it's already there, and you do whatever you want with after that point. Keep it there, which I recommend, so you can upgrade yourself in the program. But RideBNB doesn't have hands on your money, so that gets paid to you. Second person comes in, which is so important. This is the only criteria. The minimum criteria is that you do need to have 2 people join you, okay? Or sign up for your link. They have to join using your referral link in order for you to start earning from the program. So you're going to receive that direct income, but we're talking about the higher incomes now. We do need to have. Now, this is just showing you if you was just to go and just personally introduce all these people, but there's a better way by sharing it and doing it as a collective, and then you get to where you want and you help those other people get to where they want as well. So these are the different levels of upgrading. So we're going to go from the beginner level to influencer, to achiever, ambassador, and all of these levels, the new levels that have been created. So I'm going to go from pioneer, mentor, champion, director, titan, icon. And as you start getting into these higher levels, you start opening yourself up for, more of a passive form of income. Okay. So legend, emperor, conqueror, chancellor, and creator. So you start to now move, and so you look at some of these numbers, and we can look at that the comparisons on that in terms of the dollar amounts, you're going to start to see how that is going to start benefiting you from a financial point of view. So these are the levels. Anybody that starts, they all start at beginner, and their I would say their career path is to get to creator. Once you start getting to these levels here, these high levels in the program, you start opening yourself up. You get rewarded for everything that takes place throughout the whole ecosystem, not just through the two people you may have referred to the program. Okay, so let's look at this. We've got 15 levels, guys, of where you can rank yourself up. And by doing that, open up your levels, open up your income capacity as you move through these levels. All right. So we're going to what we call level income. So we're going to give you an idea here of what each one of these levels are actually going to start representing to you as you start moving through the program. Okay. So as I mentioned, everybody starts at beginner, right? You bring in two people, and you know that two, and if you just think about the duplication process, those two turns into four. So your initial two, and that might be the only thing you do, is introduce two people. Now, when those two people come on board, they've got the same mandate. Okay, we've all got the same plan. What is that? We need to have at least two people ourselves. Yeah. So whether somebody gives you two, or whether you have two in mind, or you may have more than two, and you decide to spread that out and work as a unit, whichever way you slice the dice, my friends, you still need to have two personals using your referral link. Okay. So just looking at this in today's money right now, if I was to just calculate this, you're going to be rewarded from a total of four people. Yeah. Of this is about $4.50. I'm just going to just make a quick note on the screen here, do a little creative sketching, as they say, and so you get an idea of what we're talking about here. Because once you see the numbers, then you can actually start, working this stuff out for yourself, right? So you're going to go from earn about $4.53 here, per person, and total reward 0.024. Now, this is the money that you're going to use to upgrade. So if you look at what you're receiving, 0.0024, you're going to use half of that pretty much, and you're going to end up with 0.001. So I'm just going to just put this in a column on its own. So after all is said and done, my friends, you do this upgrade, and I'm going to leave you with $7.41. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful. So you came in with, like I said, about $3. You actually upgraded yourself, and you're still, after all is said and done, you set yourself up with some money that's left over after you've upgraded. So that's a business, guys. That is a business where you are now totally free of any financial outlay. We're talking about $3 here. So, getting that back first and foremost. Now, what if you was to come in at high levels, which we show people? We'll talk about that in a second. So Achiever, same thing, guys. 8 people now. This is just perfect maths. So you're the same four. They did the same thing. So if they multiply that, you've got now 8 people on your level 3. And same thing, guys. You're now starting to receive from all of those individuals, 8 people in total. That's the most you're going to get on that level. You're going to end up with a total of 0.096. Out of that, you're going to upgrade yourself, and you're going to be left with 0.0696. So let me just calculate what that is. The 0.0696. We now got a bit more money to play with. All right, so let's look at that. So the money here now is starting to really increase. Okay, obviously you now got more people paying you, and the amount they're paying you is higher because of the level you're on. So now, out of that, you've got enough money, you've upgraded to ambassador level. Okay, and this is kind of a key level we share with people to come in at. So you now start, and you're now going to be starting from a standpoint where you're going to receive from 16 people. Now you can see the numbers here, guys. It goes from 6. You can see this is doubling. 0.006. Your reward now is doubled to 0.012. Now you're getting even more rewarded. 0.024 BNB. Total reward 0.384. Out of that, can you see it's only a fraction of the overall amount you're receiving. So you're ending up, and I call it trousering, pocketing money into your trouser 3312, even if you don't wear trousers. 227. So let's just look at that. 227. Change the color on this. That's about $227, my friends. 16 people on level 4. Level 5, Pioneer. Now, I'm not going to do every whole 15 levels, because that's a lot. But I'm going to go through and show you just the power of getting two and working in unison down in this platform, which has been already well established. The thing I'm telling you here, guys, is that we're not here on trial. This isn't like if it will happen. Will this actually ever materialize? No, this has actually happened. It's actually happening. It's happened. And it's going to continue to happen even more so with this new version. So we've got now Pioneer, 32 people, 0.048. Now we're doubling our money we're receiving. I mean, who likes to receive an upgrade? I do. Whether it's my phone, but I would prefer to receive a financial upgrade. All right, so let's do it. 0.048. We're now receiving 1.536. So we're now receiving a really decent amount. We're now getting 1 BNB. And I told you before what 1 BNB could be worth over time. But right now, we're going to upgrade and use only 0.1 of our 1.5, and we're going to end up with 1.4. Now, for this, again, based on today's numbers, that's all we have to work with, my friends, is today's numbers. That is 900. That's just shy of $1,000. Because of that, I'm going to make it red. All right, $980 we're talking about. So almost $1,000, guys. So you can see this is nicely progressing. Seven few dollars from influencer, $47 there, 227, and now 9 again. If you're noticing that same trajectory of money, you know, we're looking at almost quadrupling our money every level. This is serious money. Talk about quadrupling your money by you maxing out each level. Let's go to level 6. You've upgraded. You've got a total of 64 people willing to pay. Why are they willing? Because they're doing the same thing that you're doing. You're on your journey, making your way down to the chancellor levels and the avenue levels that are there. They're doing the same thing, right? 0.096, you're going to get rewarded from 64 people. You end up with 6.144 BNB. 0.2, guys, is rewarded. Again, these numbers here. We're not talking about giving up half your money or 75%. No, you're banking most of the money you're receiving. All right, 5.93. Let me move on. You're now talking about, I just saying you're going to be now looking at quadrupling. We're talking about over $4,000 at that level, just at the mental level. I've not even gone halfway through the plan yet. Right, $4,000. Hallelujah. So champion, we've now upgraded, as I said from earlier, and you now got a total of 128 people paying 0.192. Your reward for that is 24.576 BNB. You're only using 0.4 of that to upgrade when all is said and done. Now, guys, you do not need to wait. Let me just preference this. You do not need to wait till all 128 people on champion or 64 people. The moment the money comes in, it gets paid. It gets paid out. The moment somebody lands on that level, it's paid to you. You can use that and upgrade yourself. Now, whoever you're working with, you know, going to be finding out where they're at in this, because they should be ahead of you in the program. And so you'll get an idea of where they are before you start upgrading. But you'll see that, and they'll be able to see that as well, because it's coming through, and we've got a great way of looking at our organization. So let's just have a look at these numbers. Again, I'm not going to go through every single line here. I'll give you an idea of what we're talking about here. So now, just to talk about quadrupling, we're now talking about $16,563. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can do with an extra $16,563. Now, there's enough money in here, guys. This is just the start, but there's enough money here to really pay attention to this platform and what it can do for you. So level 8 director, this is really a prominent level. I mean, not to say that this is money to sniff that, because if you start to add all these up, you're over 20,000 in earnings. Okay. and how quickly this happened. I mean, we've got people that have done this in a very short period of time, like extremely short period of time where they're making this kind of money and some. So we'll talk about that as we go. But level 8 director, again, a very prominent level, 256 people now, total paying 0.34. You end up with 98 BNB and you're using 0.8 of that to upgrade. You're left with 97 BNB. Okay. And I don't know what your goals are for 2025, what income you're looking to generate, but I'm sure an extra 66,000 coming in at this level. I'm not talking about adding up what the previous levels are. 66,813 is what you're looking at there. Okay. So again, if you were to add up all of this and get this done, you're looking at a serious amount of money here, my friends. Okay. Over 80,000 US dollars we're talking. All right. So as I'm going to move to, let me just clear this off. I'm going to, let's look at the higher levels here. And I said, I want to just get to the level where you're going to start receiving income from the platform. Okay. And this is what we were talking about, the passive income you're going to be starting to receive from the platform. So again, I'm not going to go through these levels, but you get an idea. That's just tipping off the iceberg. If quadrupling each of these levels, okay, as we go through from Titan to Icon and all the way down, and you're building up your level of BNB, this is a game changer, my friends. This is a way of like a bee, just going, talking about bees, talking about accumulation. Okay. Imagine just building that up and that money sitting in your wallet that you can see, and you don't have to worry about, having to log into somewhere to see if it's still there or not, if the website is there. In fact, we don't even need a website to do this program, which is amazing. Okay. So when we're talking about these higher levels, and just before I go there, level 10. So making your way down to level 10, which is the icon level, this is where you start to receive, even if, you may be thinking, wow, well, I'm already receiving serious money at this level. I mean, just to get to icon and get icon done, right? Which I don't care how long it takes to get done. It's absolutely worth whatever it takes to get done. Just look at what an icon earns. And we've got many icons in the first version of this platform, let alone what is going to come down the pipe. Okay. An icon, when all is said and done, is generating over $1 million at this level. Okay. So that is pretty good money. And some may think that it's not achievable and, all that kind of stuff, but it's just numbers, my friends. It's just numbers. And that's all the computer, when you put money into a coin, and that coin goes ballistic and moons, it's just numbers. But those numbers are relatable. You can withdraw that and it's money in your bank. Those numbers are now US dollars or Canadian dollars or pound sterling, but it's just numbers doing what numbers do. So this is where you now receive another stream of income. Now, it may not be $1 million off the gate, but guess what, guys? You're going to start receiving a royalty income because of what you did to get to icon, So now the company is the contract has been created so that those people who achieve icon, legend, emperor, conqueror, chancellor, and creator levels now start to share in a pool of money that only those people who received achieved those levels are going to now start receiving this money. So as an icon, you're now going to receive 1% of that 3.5 paid to you until you 2x your money on that level. So, your icon, whatever it is at an icon level, the legend level, you're going to just additional money that you're going to start receiving into your account. Legend, another 1%. Now, whatever the highest level you are, that's where you're going to start receiving. You're not going to receive from icon, legend, and emperor at the same time. No, whatever your highest level, that's what you're going to get paid on, because you're now earning at a much higher level. So it only makes sense, right? 0.6 the emperor, conqueror 0.4, chancellor 0.3, creator 0.2, and that's how you're going to start receiving. So again, this is great because now you did what you need to do to get to these levels, and now you're getting rewarded by the contract. So you're getting receiving additional income. I don't know about you, but I'm not one to turn down free money. Okay. Especially if there's no strings attached. Sometimes there's strings attached, and it's like, you know what, keep your money. This, you earned it. So you're receiving it. All right. And so as you see here, it will be 2x of your investment amount. The highest royalty will be paid out to you. So there's lifestyle rewards that have been implemented. So again, as your earnings increase, as your organization increases, I should say, your earnings are going to increase. Again, so there's different levels where, by doing the foundational work, and, you've got so many personal, they're talking about your directs now that hit these levels that became champion. That's now going to put you in another way of achieving rewards from the platform. Okay. So it starts up in the Prime Club, make your way to the Elite, make your way to your Royal Club. All of these are based on your organization now. So up to this point, it was, what did you do to get to Icon? You made that money, which is obviously you saw very good money. Now, how many other people now did you help to maybe get to these levels? And so it's a different strategy we're talking about, guys. We're not just talking about just your two anymore to start receiving these kind of income. We're talking about your directs that you've personally introduced to get to these levels. Okay, so that's an additional strategy, as you will, to get there. Going Crown Club again. These are different incomes that it's now going to start being paid to you because you're now part of these groups. Okay, and you achieved these levels. You've achieved these ranks in the platform. Okay, so why RideBNB? If it's not blatantly clear, it's decentralized. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is messing with your money here. There's no central authority. In fact, this is the reason why they've had to write a new smart contract, because the first one is written, set in stone. I always get very curious about programs that say, yep, with this smart contract, nobody can mess with it. And next thing you know, they've made an alteration. I'm like, how did they do that? If the agreement has been renounced, that so nobody owns it, and then they were able to modify and amend it. They were able to do that here. So it's totally exactly what they said it is. So which, again, it's a blessing and a curse, because we couldn't just go in there and just do a little tweak and then continue. No, they had to literally create a brand new one. So transparency is great. You can see every transaction on the blockchain. You can go into your phone, see what's going on, and check it yourself. There's nobody messing with your money. You can see the contract and the new contract that's been implemented, like I said, middle of the month. So not long now before the new version will kick off. Resistance to tampering and fraud, mutability, permanent and unaltered records, which I was speaking about, efficiency. It's automated, guys. You can do this. You can go to bed, you wake up in the morning, you may see more money hitting your account. It's automated. We don't need somebody to give you permission or press the withdrawal button. The money will sit in your wallet. And the reducing costs is fantastic. So we've seen this, guys. It's not in control, not in trial. We just know what we've had and what's been enhanced. Now they've had a chance to evaluate. Now, what about the future? I mean, it's one thing showing you what we have right now, which is building for me, it's building the house, it's building the foundation. All right. You build your house and your foundation on the very structure of the people that you're working with. So when the other things come to fruition, the gaming token, I don't need to tell you how big the gaming market is on its own. It's staggering. So gaming and crypto together, oh my goodness, what a combo. What about these gaming projects? I mean, these things are what they're looking to bring to the table. You've got the exchange. So if you've done that infrastructure work, which is why I say to people, don't take your eyes off this. Make this, build whatever you need to build, do whatever you need to do, in general, but don't forget building the structure here, because this is going to pay you over and over. So again, own blockchain, trading bot, other projects. That is going to be built on the network that you've already established. Okay, so you're not rewriting again. You're not restarting again. Just like what we're doing with going from contract one to contract two. We're not starting again. It's the same people, the same infrastructure being put into phase two. But now that we know what we know from phase one, we've got more better understanding of how we can move forward in phase two, with the new version. All right. So advantages of this advanced smart contract, as you've seen, innovated, we've got the matrix, which pays. And so, it doesn't really matter, guys, with the compensation that we have here, we have a left and a right in essence, but it's not based on how many people you got on your left and how many you got on your right. It's based on you doing that initial two to qualify to get paid. And then after that, it's helping those two and helping those two and helping those two. Just literally cookie cutter, everybody doing that and working down. And obviously, with the new enhancements, is that there's different levels now to that, because those who are wanting to go into some of those lifestyle rewards will now look at, oh, okay, I may need that amount of people to go and maximize that. Okay. But it all starts from that too. You cannot earn more than your first person if you don't have your two in place. So incentives for active participation. I said you get more active here, there's going to reward you. Rewards for leadership and team building, developed by it's a very experienced team now, because obviously what they've done, the numbers are extensive of how many people have joined and are still joining as we speak. And so they've got a very good way in which they can do this, guys. So thanks for your time here today. We do have, regular presentations at time in the mornings based on where you are in the East Coast, at 8 o'clock in the morning, or in the afternoon in the UK. And so our goal here is to give you, a kind of getting you ready, preparation for what's coming with the new version, not too long. So guys, I'm gonna check to see if there's any questions before I wrap this up, because I do have another Zoom I've got to get prepared for. But is there any quick questions we got? I'm just gonna pause the recording, and then let's see if there's anything in there. Let me see. Actually, yes. Okay. Yeah. So just talking about Gary here. Yeah, encourage to get your wallets in advance. You don't need to wait until the 15th. Even if it was a day late or whatever, you don't need to wait until that happens. Get yourself set up now. Get BNB now. Get prepared. Start getting sharing this with your people now. And then when version 2 opens up, you're ready to rock and roll. Okay. So anything else? No, I think we're good. All right, guys. So thanks for your time. I'm gonna stop the recording.